guys, welcome to Industry Scoop. This is week 92 on our favorite day, Thursday.
Yes.
92. Can you
92.
believe it?
That's a big deal.
OMG, with our amazing guest host this week, Pedro Francois.
¿Qué pasa?
Wait, Pedro, are you from Italy or France? I'm confused.
Listen, I'm originally from Miami. My mom's Dominican, my dad's Bahamian, so it's kind of where the name comes
Yes.
from. Yes, I'm
He was like, I'm gonna name him. And she said, no, I'm gonna name him. I'm gonna name him.
That's funny. But my
got a
dad,
story?
yes, I do. My dad is from the Bahamas,
Okay.
and he was named by his nanny, who was Mexican, and she named him Pedro.
Oh,
And
so you're named after your dad?
I am.
Okay.
But from a visual, my dad looks like Wesley Snipes.
Oh.
So just imagine him saying, hey,
My name is
Pedro.
Right.
That's funny.
Yeah, so.
But very interesting. Great story. Did you name your son Pedro?
No.
You stopped it.
No,
You're like, okay, we're gonna cut
stopped
this
it
off.
because it's crazy. Like when I introduce myself and I say, hey, I'm Pedro, everybody gives me this blank stare. You know what I mean? Like, are you? I'm sorry, stare. I'm sorry.
You from
Well,
And-
do you speak
no, I'm not.
Spanish? He's from Miami, but
I
do you
do.
speak Spanish?
I do sometimes.
Okay.
It depends.
Because
if
you're an
that's-
actor. You
that's,
want to have that second language under your belt.
I can get there, like, you know, que tu quieres, you know, como estás, you know, yo soy Pedro, you know, I can do it all.
Okay.
You know, if I have to. But,
Right.
but I named my son Xavier. So
I love that name.
Xavier,
Great name.
it's good, Xavier.
Well, thanks for coming.
Oh, I'm here. Bye bye.
I appreciate you.
Okay, yes. yes.
Yeah, I know you also have a radio show.
I do.
It's every Monday.
It's every Monday.
And you've been doing it for 4 years. He just told me this is like his
203.
203. His
Okay.
third for his
Yes.
show. That's huge. Just give you a
Yes,
round of
thank
applause.
you. Thank you.
Consistency.
I said, Pedro, I don't know if I'm gonna make it to 200. I'm trying to make it to
Ooh.
100.
It's hard.
It's a lot of work,
hard.
right?
It's dedication.
Like,
It's-
action.
Passion. You have to be passionate.
Passion, absolutely.
Ooh, it's like
But
a marriage, you know.
You will
in
reap
it
the
to win.
benefits if you never give up on anything.
True.
Right?
True, and we have. So we are on iHeartRadio. We're on Spotify. We're on iTunes. We're online. So
Yeah.
What's the name of it?
it's called JC Squared on the air.
JC squared.
On the air.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
on the air is part
on
of
the air.
it.
You got to. 'cause
JC Squared on the air.
Like. so
I should
people
change
actually-
mine to Industry Scoop Live, like
There
for
you go.
real.
Yeah,
The
so-
name.
Yeah.
Live.
Live.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I like that.
And
On
that's how we
air.
roll. On air.
Dope.
Yeah. 'Cause
Cool.
So-
Well, we got an insane show today.
I can't wait.
I'm so excited.
I'm excited as well.
Are you really?
Yes, I've met two beautiful women that I've never seen before. And
Like,
That's a good start.
right.
It is, it
the
is.
start of the day is going well,
It is,
right?
yes,
Well, before
yes.
we get to our amazing guests, let's just talk about a couple different things that's going on. So Halloween was yesterday.
It was.
Did you have a costume?
I had a onesie, but you can consider it. I mean, you can consider it a costume. I mean, it was Garfield, so I had
Oh,
a tail.
okay.
And I had, you know, the
And I know you have
eyes.
some kids there. Everybody went
I
out.
do. I
Trick or treated.
yes.
You let them eat all the candy, or do you like check it?
No. So in my house,
Uh-huh.
I'm kind of like the Cookie Monster, but with candy.
Okay.
So I let my kids go trick or treating. I said pick 5, and I said Daddy will give this to you tomorrow, and tomorrow never comes.
What?
So-
They forget.
Yeah, they do. They don't.
Well, you must have
they
little
don't-
kids, because my kids would be like, "Where's my candy?" Right?
Yeah, I mean, you gotta find ways to distract them. So I'd be like, eat an apple. I don't want an apple. Well, that's all you got. That's it.
Okay. Well, I was on set all day.
Okay.
One of our clients did a shoot, and we were there all day. So I took my two youngest with me on set, because
that's-
actually one of them was in it.
Okay.
And I brought their costume and everything, and I just tricked them into thinking that the green screen
Right.
was more fun than the candy. Trust me.
Mm.
We took pictures and all that,
Mm.
and they are mad at me today.
Yes. That's
But,
That's fun.
when you're in this business, we talked just about, before we went on air, like, when you're in this business, it takes sacrifice.
truth.
Right?
I mean, that is the candy.
That's
You
the
know,
candy,
that
in
is
my
the candy.
opinion.
For me to be on camera and play and have
Right.
fun, I eat that all day with no cavities.
All day long. Okay, so did you see that Ellen show where
Yes.
Diddy got scared by the clown?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Wasn't that hilarious?
And did you see his post?
Yeah.
Insane.
And then his costume was the clown.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Oh,
You
I didn't
gotta
see
show
that.
it.
Yes.
It's been
Yes.
insane. It's so fun.
It's so
He
funny.
He and his sons. Did you see it?
Oh my goodness.
It's scared
Jenny, you
him.
saw it.
You posted it?
Oh, y'all
I saw the
are
Ellen
crazy.
video, but
You
I
posted
didn't see
Instagram
like.
video?
Listen,
We'll show you guys.
listen. I watched that video 600 times,
600 times.
and I'm
I
not.
watched it
And-
5 times.
Yes.
So no, first he says, Ellen, let me tell you, Ellen is like, okay, I heard you're scared of clowns. He's like, nah,
I ain't
I'm not scared
scared.
of clowns. She was like, you're not? He's like, no, I'm a
Nah.
black man. There's way more other things to be scared of.
Yes.
And then
Right.
when the clown
Yeah.
jumped up, he literally.
No, so she's
flew up.
talking to him, and then
Right.
boom,
Boom.
on the side of him, this huge, ugly clown jumps out.
Ah.
He jumps out of his chair and dashes. Right, and then he starts dancing. He does the ditty dance, right? What's the ditty dance? Let me see the ditty dance.
It's amazing.
Right.
Real smooth. It's real
Real smooth.
Yeah.
So then, yesterday's Halloween, obviously, and then
Yes.
his costume is the clown.
But he's a real pimpin'.
Pimpin'
like,
clown.
Getting it.
No, it was dope though.
It's so
It was
dope.
like he redeemed himself. Like,
Yeah.
I'm hot. I'm hot.
hot.
You know.
I mean,
So that was funny.
You have to in that situation.
You have to.
Because the whole world. Did you see his face?
Insane.
Like the fear.
the
his
fear.
eyes.
Are you afraid of anything?
I am afraid of one thing.
What?
That's dying too soon.
Oh.
That's it. That's it. But everything
Are you
else,
serious?
I ain't scared of nothing. Nothing.
Live.
Because I'm a
Right.
Hispanic in America.
All right. Okay. Question for everybody in the room. Question. This is a serious question.
Okay.
Nikki or Cardi?
Cardi.
Cardi. Jenny, you got Cardi?
Nikki.
Nikki. Girl, you got
Proving
Nikki.
herself.
Who's proving herself?
Nikki, she
Okay,
got
wait.
this. Is Cardi still new?
Are we talking
So what?
artistry or personality?
We talking whatever.
I
Who
think
side?
they're
Who
both
team
dope.
you
I
on?
think
I
they're
say
both
Nikki.
dope. I think they're both dope. But I think it's almost insulting to compare someone that's been putting in work for years. to
True.
the newcomer concept.
No. You shouldn't be talking because we talk about this all the time. Favor
No,
ain't
I
fair.
agree.
Favor
It
ain't
ain't
fair.
favor.
You know what?
You're
It is
right.
favor.
It ain't
Right
no-
about
Because
that.
people
Listen.
love
You're right.
reality shows.
I could jump out here and get a TV deal with Valerie. Y'all be all pissed.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
True.
attached to you.
And I'm trying to hold on to
You
it.
need to shut me down right there. You are absolutely
See?
right. I
Right.
agree. I
You
agree.
never
It's not even
know.
about
It
that.
ain't about
It's not
that.
even about that. I agree.
not.
It just whatever, right?
look.
It could happen tomorrow. Your life could change tomorrow.
Truth.
So true.
True.
So
Because it's not saying that. You know what? Because sometimes even the work that you put in,
Right.
sometimes the authenticity
Right.
kind of makes up for that time that you put in too.
True.
Right.
That's why everybody connects to Cardi because
Yes.
she's so genuine.
Yeah,
She
she's
is.
so
ratchet,
real.
Even
Yeah.
if it's ratchet,
It's
you
her
can't be
truth.
mad at her.
You know, yeah.
You can't be mad at her
truthful.
truth. Right.
I just want to hug Cardi. Just
There's no filters. Yeah.
there is no filters, and she has that. She just draws you in. You know. Just,
She really does. She really does. You
So
can't
you
be mad. Even if you're mad, it's like
Okay.
you can't do nothing about it. Right. What you gonna do about
Living
it?
her best life.
True.
Her best life. Look at Little Duval.
Yeah.
Oh my
Top
God.
3 weeks in a row. Top album.
He
top
has
top
an anthem.
song. Top
no,
song.
he made
Top
an
song.
anthem.
Yeah.
That's what he made. He
Exactly.
made life's anthem.
Forever.
The churches are singing it. The churches are singing his song. No, they do.
Oh, that's
His
real.
song. No,
That's
for
real.
real.
I've seen it.
Jesus.
Churches are singing his song.
Living my best life.
But
Old people in there.
You've heard the song gallery,
Right.
right? Okay.
but every music artist should be upset because he don't even do music.
But that's my point.
Wow,
Are they
exactly.
should be
So it
upset?
don't matter.
Right.
No, but he said he does do music. He said he
Absolutely.
been doing music.
And he
Y'all just
posted
haven't seen
And
it.
he posted it from the early 90s.
Wow. Wow. It takes that one song.
Favor ain't fair.
Cardi
That's
versus
all.
Nicki. One song.
All right, next segment because we got some hot guests. We got to
Okay.
hurry up and get
Yes,
to them.
yes,
All
let's
right,
do it.
snapshot segment. So we were talking about like new movies and TV shows, different things that's coming
Yes,
up. So let's
yes.
see what's going on. All right, Chris Rock is directing Kevin Hart
That's
in
big.
a new movie.
That's big.
That's hot, right?
big.
That's probably one of his like idols.
Yes.
And for him to be directing him.
Yes.
But even with like what we were just talking about, Kevin Hart surpassed Chris Rock in terms of like
Yeah. I mean,
success and like
yeah.
selling out arenas and all that
Truth.
kind of stuff.
Truth. I
Yeah.
totally agree. I
Like
totally
now he's directing him in a movie. I'm sure like he'll be able to like learn something from him. Each other. They'll learn from each other.
But their comedy is so different though. So
It
I'm
is.
just trying
Chris
to
Rock's my
figure
favorite
out
comedian.
how.
Who's your favorite?
I'm a Dave Chappelle kind of guy.
I like
you know,
Dave.
You know, Bernie
Yeah.
Mac before, before
Yeah,
he disappeared. but-
absolutely.
But their comedy is just so different.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really, really trying to figure out how is it gonna work.
You think so?
Yeah, because Chris is one way. He's real smart in what he does, and then
Yes.
Kevin is
Yes.
real animated and
Storytelling.
No,
Yes.
I know I'm small. Like those things. I love Kevin though. I love Kevin.
That's
Kevin,
true,
I love
that's
you. Trust
true.
me, I love you.
Right.
But
That's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be number one though. It's gonna be.
It is. Oh,
It's gonna be a hit.
anything-
He on fire.
yes,
He is
yes,
definitely on
anything
fire.
Kevin touches.
Okay, Medea.
Deal.
Medea is dying. Did y'all know that? 2019, she's dead.
That's sad.
I wonder if she gonna
Medea's
come out
family funeral comes out in 2019, guys, in March.
You know.
And Tyler Perry announced that it was the end of the franchise.
Wow.
Are we sad?
Yes.
I don't
very,
believe him.
very sad. I don't believe him either.
I need
don't
another
believe him either.
franchise. I need to keep playing those movies.
I think he's
It's
smart.
cool.
He's gonna build it up.
Yeah.
And
Something.
come back in
Yeah,
like 2020.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
He already
She
built
was
it
dead.
up.
Medea ain't dead,
Right,
right?
right.
Rouse from the
Right,
dead.
right,
All
right.
right,
I think
right.
we got some insight on that one. I
Yeah.
think we got some insight on that.
No, but that's dope. I mean, you can't really be mad at Tyler Perry either.
It
Like,
has to be like almost what,
At
20
all.
years? Like Medea's been around for a
No.
long time.
not 20
Not
years.
20.
Since-
Not 20 years. though.
Before she even hit the big screen, he was on the road with
That's
Medea.
true.
So
That's
Medea's
True, but
been
not 20
around
though. But
That's true.
for a long time.
he has been. I mean, he's been working. And
Look,
have you been to the new studio?
I have not.
I
I
have.
have not.
It's insane. Oh my God. Have you guys?
No, not yet.
Beautiful.
I'm excited.
Well, I had audition there. I haven't like seen the inside of it.
Have not.
But you've seen like the land.
the new-
I mean,
yeah.
500 acres.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah.
That- He's put a lot of people to work.
Yes.
Gotta
Yeah.
love him. All right. Ava DuVernay is making a documentary on Netflix about Prince.
About Prince?
Yes.
Oh, nice. Okay. We went to college together.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's
I'll tell
awesome.
you stories about that later.
Yes,
Oh, please
I
do.
want to hear.
Yes, yes.
So Prince, though, who's gonna play Prince? You can play Prince.
Am I light enough?
Light enough?
Yeah, am I light enough?
Yes,
Am
you
I,
are light enough.
Can I get my hair right?
Put
Come
you,
on, baby.
Put you a conch. Can you sing?
Yeah, I cannot, but I will practice. I will hire a singer and everything to get
You're
right.
too fat, though.
I will
You're
lose
not
weight.
fat,
I will
but
lose
for
weight.
Prince,
I will lose
you
weight.
are.
Whatever I have to do.
You have lost weight since I've last seen you.
Yes, I have. I
Yeah.
lost 35 pounds.
Yeah, I
So,
noticed
yeah.
it.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes.
Easy.
Yes, and
Good.
go.
Are you good where you are right now?
No, I'm trying to get down to like another 10 pounds.
Really?
Just another 10.
10, you might look real
I
skinny.
just want to have like a super six pack. So like when I take off my clothes,
you want that film where you need to be.
yeah,
He's
like,
naked,
I want
yes.
to feel- Like those guys kind of piss me off because they don't have to do no work.
Uh-huh.
They just take off their clothes.
Slow
Just be
motion.
like,
Yeah.
non-verbals, you're non-verbals.
Nonverbals. A director can't even tell you that. You just have to be able to do
Yeah,
it.
yeah, you just gotta be able to do it. You know. So right now I can do my non-verbal, but it got a little wave to
Let
it.
me ask
but
you
I'm
this though:
getting
is
there.
it too soon for Prince? Like
Is it too soon?
biopic or is it too soon? What y'all think?
It's
I think people
I
will
love
enjoy
Prince.
it.
Yeah, if it's done
Yeah,
right,
done
and I mean
right.
it will be
If
done
done
right.
right.
with
If
Ava.
it's done right.
done right.
Yeah.
If it doesn't give it any.
And we trust
justice.
Ava.
alright.
We trust
Yeah,
her.
we
Yeah.
trust her.
It's not too soon.
No,
I mean,
it's not too soon.
I mean, you can look at the movie Ray. He was alive. You
No,
know
he
what I mean?
wasn't.
Yes, he was. When they were filming that, he was alive.
Really?
Yes.
So,
Jamie Foxx used
when it came
Ray
out, he was
Charles.
alive?
I believe he.
No.
I
I don't even
believe.
remember.
We're gonna look it up, but I
Look it up.
believe he was alive.
All right.
Fact check. Fact check.
Fact check.
All right. Now,
That's alternative
now,
facts.
alternative facts.
Patty, was
Now.
Ray alive when the Ray movie came out?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you.
You sure? Patty don't know.
No, I do. I love that movie. I love that movie. That's a
I did not know that.
I thought he
I
passed
thought he
away
was.
when the movie
I thought he
came
was
out.
passed away when the movie came out.
Cause
He just
I
He went to the
passed away a
premiere.
couple years ago.
He went to the premiere.
Yeah, you saw
Facts.
Jamie and him talking. I remember him
Yes.
talking about it.
Yes.
Okay, but when it came out, he was okay. Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
I didn't know.
So when Jamie got his Oscar, he was alive.
I don't know about that.
That was a year later. That was a
That
year
was a
later.
year
That was
later.
a year later.
I don't know. But
Okay.
I know
All right.
But he was alive.
Hey,
Fact
look at
checks.
you.
Thank you.
I'm so shocked that she's really diligent.
I didn't know. I thought it was gone. I thought he was gone. Go ahead. You want to pass?
So,
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
This Patty, y'all.
hey, no Patty.
All right. One more thing. One more thing.
So just to answer your question, it's not too soon.
No, it's not
because
too
he
soon.
could
I
have did
agree.
it when he was alive. But now he's dead,
Okay.
so it's right on time.
Yeah, right on time. It's gonna be amazing.
Look at New Edition. You know how many people that do it? It's actually cool to me when they do it when
they're alive.
artists
Yeah.
They're
do it.
alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. We're talking about Prince, so Prince, he's gone.
Oh,
Ava's
because
doing it.
Ava's doing it. But she's a documentary queen.
She is.
Mm.
They went to college together.
Oh really?
Yes. She's gonna tell stories
She got
later.
stories.
Yes.
And last thing before we get to our amazing guest,
Okay.
comedy series inspiration. So they're doing a comedy series on Kelly and Ryan
Okay.
live.
Okay.
They're doing a new series about like your TV wife or your work wife, you know.
that
And then
should
they're
be
doing
good.
another one about. Do you know Sarah Jakes Roberts and Teray Roberts? They're a gospel. They're
Yes.
pastors.
Yes.
They're doing a TV series on their life. Well, inspired by them. You know what I
But
mean?
look at, whatchamacallit's been getting a lot of press. Erica and her husband, from Mary Mary.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
I like
reality,
that.
though. This is going to be an actual
Scripted?
scripted, yeah,
Scripted.
Oh,
sitcom.
nice. Okay.
Mhm.
Well, her
That's
father's
what-
TD Jakes.
I
So
know.
he's a power force in the entertainment industry.
Yeah.
True.
He does have
Yeah,
a
I
production
agree.
company.
God.
Huh?
He does have a production company.
He sure
Yeah.
does. And I think they do too. I think they
Yeah.
do
He's a
too.
jump in the broom.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's
That
several
was a great
things.
film.
Several.
Yeah.
So, but what I'm thinking, my point is like inspired by. So
Right.
there's really, you get these stories from people's real lives, from like really what's happening in life. You know,
Right.
people are not like thinking of anything new
You
or,
don't have to, because
It's
life
a
is
lot.
crazy.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Preach.
So these writers out here and these creatives out here, you got to just think about what people want to see, what's really going on.
Yeah.
You're a writer, right?
Yeah.
A little bit? Yeah?
I don't claim the title as writer. but
Okay.
I've written.
Own it.
Okay.
Own
You got to
it.
think about what's going on in the real world
Right.
and get your stories, and then you can get picked up.
Yeah, and you just have to be transparent. You know what I mean? Like you gotta let it
Exactly.
all in there, all the ugly.
All of it.
A lot of people are scared
Right.
of that.
all
Do you
the
write?
ugly. I do write. I do write, and I mean, I write comedy, of course. You know, because I like to do stand up.
Do you?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've been doing stand up now since 2012.
Oh, nice. You
Yeah,
actually been
so-
out?
Been out. I did
On
the
the road?
World Series of Comedy in Vegas. I did Atlanta Comedy Theater.
Nice.
Punchline before it moved. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, you out
You know,
there.
I'm out there. Don't book me yet, though. No, I'm just playing. Book me now, please.
Nice.
So yeah, but I write because it's a way to express yourself. Like
Yeah.
I can't always be in front of the camera, so I got to figure out a way to let it out.
Yeah.
You know?
And sometimes if you're not getting booked, you got to create your own content.
Truth.
Right? Independent filmmakers out there. Do
True.
it yourself.
Don't wait.
Don't wait.
Don't wait. Create.
Create.
We have some
Ooh,
amazing
is that a
guests,
slogan?
guys. Do not go anywhere. You don't want to miss our guests. Trust me. All right?
Yes.
We'll be right back, guys. Industry Scoop, Show 92. Show
92.
Show 92.
Show 92.
You should come
Whoop.
right into the,
Whoop.
you should come right into the
Guys, welcome back. Welcome back to Industry Scoop, our show. What show is this, Pedro?
This is the 90-second show.
90-second show. Oh my goodness! I told you guys I was gonna have some extra special stuff for you the last 10 shows of 100.
Yes.
And today we have Valerie
Mraz.
Mraz. I should have asked you before. I did not want to mess
I
it
didn't
up.
mess that up.
Yes. Valerie, thank you for coming.
Thank you so much
Oh
for
my
inviting
God.
me.
Yes, it is
Thank
an
you.
honor. So
Thank
we
you.
met at Bronze Lens.
That's right. That's right.
Was that your first Bronze Lens?
That wasn't. We had come to a banquet before, but I have to be honest that I have not had a chance to get out and like just go and enjoy a day of watching movies at Bronze Lens yet.
Wow.
So
It was
that is overdue. So I was there on a work tip.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Well, I'm glad you were there.
Absolutely.
We are glad you were
right.
there. This actually Bronze Lens. We've been to several with our movie, and this is one of our like favorite
festivals.
was.
Oh, that's
favorite
good.
festivals. It's like they really were helping the independent
It was
filmmaker.
sincere.
Making-
It wasn't just gimmicky. It was
Right.
really
And giving you, like,
helpful.
real
Even
resources.
Even get in the room with you.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
other peers. It was
Yeah.
like,
Real
wow.
resources, really to help you get to the next level.
That's good.
That's
That's
what
good.
we-
Well, then I think who are the founders is what we were talking. Is Roger Bob one of the founders? And
I think
who are-
he's on a board.
He's
on
on
the
the board.
board,
Yeah.
yeah.
But so I think from what I
Catherine
understand, there's some
Bertram. Yeah.
very
Yeah.
dedicated people who run the festival.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
They're
what-
That's
workers
good.
in this
Yeah.
field. They're
This
not
is gonna be
just-
their 10th year, so I know it's gonna be really
the 10th
big
year's
this
gonna be
year.
awesome.
Ooh.
Oh, that's gonna be a party.
So
It is.
it is. We will be there. Tell us about yourself because you have a huge, amazing work life, and we're gonna get into all of that.
Okay.
Right.
We got a lot of questions.
Okay, so just, you met me because right now I work at Turner, and we are part of a newly formed Warner Media Group comprised of HBO, Warner Brothers, and Turner, and we are in the process of being bought by AT&T. And so my primary responsibility is running a small team that acquires films, series, and other content across the Turner suite of networks.
Wow.
So I've been doing that for about 7 years, and prior to that, I was working at Showtime doing something similar, buying films, TV, series, documentaries, shorts, late night content. So
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you love movies? Is that
I love content,
Okay.
and so I think what pulled me in the direction of my current career was that I was also very much interested as a young person in independent film and foreign cinema. So instead of kind of going, I have worked at a large studio. I worked at Disney for a little while, but instead of going and working in production and making big 4-quadrant, $100 million movies,
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I went into a direction where I was going to have more access to independent and art house titles.
Nice.
Yeah.
What made you want to go that direction? Now?
I just
Great question.
appreciated the craftsmanship. The time. Now you see, if you were to look at the last, Academy Award winning films, right, for best film, a lot of small films, a lot of the best actor,
Art.
right. It's these small films where people are given the time, right, to really dig into these roles, and so there's so many good smaller films, and so that I was just attracted to that.
Well, tell us your history a little bit, because you went to school for.
Yeah, so I went to UCLA undergrad. I'm Bruin, but I also went to USC, and I have a MFA in film producing.
Wow.
So
That's what I was looking
yes,
for.
yes.
Ding,
But I-
ding, ding. That's
yes,
it right
so
there. You
over-
had a love. You
Yes.
had something deep down.
Yeah,
Were
so
your parents artists or something like
so
that?
no, I'm from Northern California. My parents at one point were both accountants.
Oh.
And my dad is still an accountant. My mom retired as a teacher. But no, I was excited I wanted to be an actress when I was in my teens. So when I got into UCLA, I ran to LA and, basically, started my life there.
Wow.
Nice.
Wow.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So let's talk about what you do now.
Right.
Acquiring.
Acquiring.
Yes.
It's even more than that, right? Because what's your actual title?
So it's Senior Vice President
Okay.
of Acquisitions and Content Strategy.
Okay.
So
Content strategy.
Right.
What is
So
that?
Right.
well, now nowadays it's really interesting because we are tasked with figuring out how we are as a company. Turner depended primarily on linear ratings, and as these over-the-top platforms like Netflix and Hulu and others and Amazon Prime have proliferated, what you're
Right.
seeing is there's a change in how people consume entertainment.
100%.
And now that we're all used to watching programming without commercials, we as a company still rely on that, revenue from linear
Right.
viewing, and we have to get more creative about how we can still stay in front of folks and make folks tune in. So, so the strategy part is just being responsible for leaning in and trying to come up with ideas from, A to Z on how do you make your networks still interesting and
Make them
sticky.
run.
So you have to really be in tune with the people.
Well, yes.
Because you got to know what they want.
Yes.
What are they watching?
Yes,
And all that kind
exactly.
of stuff.
Yeah.
And Turner and Pedro, jump in anytime you want. But,
Right.
but Turner, tell me about all the networks.
So this, Turner is comprised of multiple networks. So you're going to recognize CNN, TBS, TNT, Adult Swim, Cartoon Network, Turner
So you do
Classic
animation
Movies.
too?
So I have a specific guy on my group who acquires for the late night anime block on Adult Swim.
Oh, okay.
And so we also have Boomerang, which is an over-the-top service that for kids animation. Like I said, Cartoon Network. We have Bleacher Report Live, which is a new kind of sports property, and
There's a lot of platforms.
yeah.
So,
So you need a lot of content.
But do you
lot of
want
content.
content to already be done? Like when you acquire it, should it already be finished, or do you help develop it?
So in my role, I acquire only content for the most part that is done. And so, but that really makes up 90% of what is on our networks. So, but the goal is actually to have more original content. So for an Adult Swim, for a Cartoon Network, for a TBS and TNT, their goal is more original content because that's what attracts new viewers. And that's what is
Something fresh.
buzzy, right?
Right.
That's what you can win awards. Now your acquired content is like your series Supernatural or Big Bang Theory, things that have aired on other networks
Right.
already.
Right.
But
License it.
Syndicated.
you license that exactly, and so but people still come back for that, and that is bread and butter.
Because they have real fans.
Right.
They want to see.
Right.
Where's it at? Where's it at? Like when
So-
not Good Girls. What's the show.
Girlfriends?
The New Girl?
Girlfriends.
Oh, okay,
Girlfriends.
okay.
And that
Yes.
left. We were like,
Yeah.
where's it?
Yes.
And then it went to
Yes.
BET. We're like, oh, yes.
Yes.
You know, because we
Yeah.
want it. We
Yes.
have fans. They have fans.
So how do we submit to something like that? Or how do we get in?
Right.
To
So
get
it
our
just
content?
depends, if you have, the challenging part of my current position is that I really am focusing on films that have had wide theatrical releases. So I'm buying Wonder Woman, I'm buying, from Disney.
That's not independent.
That's far from it.
No, I don't. That's a delineation I'm trying to make. Is that
Right.
in my current role,
Okay.
I don't buy independent and art house titles. So when I was at Showtime, that's largely what I did. So
Gotcha.
here, at Turner, I'm buying, I'm buying off-network series. So like Brooklyn Nine-Nine, New Girl.
Gotcha.
We did a deal for Seinfeld that we renew all the time. You have King of the Hill. You've got King of Queens. So.
How are you still renewing Seinfeld? Like it's been out for
Because
so
it
Yeah,
works.
it's a
People
classic.
watch it.
It's like MASH.
Yeah.
MASH is still on TV. I'm like,
People
what?
watch it.
Yes. My mom was just watching MASH 2 nights ago.
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yes.
So with all these other platforms,
Yes.
is Turner gonna think about a subscription-based type of thing?
We did. We launched we announced a launch for our own Warner Media OTT service, which is going to be an SVOD service, launching fourth quarter 2019. So that's
All these corporate
in the process.
terms.
Yes.
Fourth quarter.
Pay attention.
Yes. Yes.
Pay
yes,
attention.
Yes,
Right.
Yes.
Write that down.
So we're trying to get in the game because we realize that we can't only depend on the linear networks for revenue anymore.
Right.
And the way the business works, there is a company that's in between you and me. That is Comcast, or that's DirecTV, right? Or
Right.
Charter. And I want to have a direct relationship with you. So I want to have my own OTT service so that you pay me our company $5.99 a month, but I know more about you, what you like, and all the data in terms of
Stolen
tracking
data.
what you watch, what you enjoy, and what your family likes.
Right.
That gets better if I have a direct relationship.
Do you deal with any reality TV?
So no, I don't. But we do have an unscripted department. So we have a couple game shows like Drop the Mic that you might have heard of. And so they're starting to build up. They really want to have a robust, they would love to have Atlanta Housewives. They would love to have those types of shows. So they're working
have to
on
create
creating.
them.
Yes,
Create 'em.
yes.
Network is interested in that?
So if this is TNT or TBS,
TNT.
yes.
Oh,
So
okay,
so right now, TBS is more the comedy network,
Right.
and TNT is focusing on drama, and so
And we need
yeah.
to know that. We need to know, as the content creators,
Right.
what they are looking for.
Yes,
Because
yes.
of marriage. And
Yes.
Right.
Right.
It has to
Yes.
work. It has
Yes.
to work.
Or a target. So like just for us as creators, we need to know exactly who to target to make sure our content gets to that
It's
person.
and that's the
So-
challenge. That is
demo.
the challenge.
Right. Right. So is there a way to bridge that gap?
In terms of getting to the specific person,
Well, not
or
the
what's the
specific
demo?
so like for instance, if I'm doing comedy,
Right.
right? I know not to send it to TNT. Try to send
That's
it
right.
to
That's
TBS.
right. That's right.
So
And that's research. So I always tell filmmakers,
Do your research.
do your research. You should really know, and you can. And I mean, all of this stuff is available online now. If you are a producer and you. I think you have the best chance of success if you have kind of a wide breadth of product that you're trying to produce,
Right.
and you might have a comedy that's really good for this network, and you might have a drama that needs to be set up at these kind of 3 networks, right?
Right.
But you will know where to go based on your research, based on being informed, and I think that's the one thing that I would say to filmmakers is be experts about television and film. So
That's good. Good advice.
great knowledge.
And
right
that's what
there.
we try to do right now. We taking notes. Trust me. So let's talk about the packaging.
Yeah.
As far as pitching,
okay,
because we all
Wanna
have
pitch.
a package.
right.
You made
In
a
our-
pitch,
on-
and you
on
just
our
made a
computer.
pitch at bronze lens,
Uh-huh.
right? So
Yeah.
I mean, like. And
How
it was-
would we
it was
package
nervous-
that to
nervous-
send?
Nerving a little bit.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're nervous always because you just
You're like, okay, I don't know what to say. I don't want to leave out that part, but then I got to add that part.
you want to say the right
Now
thing
I'm
that
rambling.
you will like.
Right, right.
Right.
Well, so, the interesting thing is, number one, a lot of film festivals have pitch classes, and American Black Film Festival, which we're a sponsor of, will have a pitch fest, right? And sometimes classes on how to pitch to television or film
Television,
executives.
You
Right.
really think those things work?
I do. I absolutely do, because you have people like me who our executives who come and give of their time, and will, have a conference, a seminar, and there's 200, 300 people that they're willing to share that information with. And so you have to seek that out. I think the harder part is getting in the room.
Yeah.
It's getting into the room with the executive or executives who can actually say yes to your pitch.
Right.
That's that, and that is where the journey gets challenging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
Where you have to really
if you
hustle.
just mail it to Turner, like, it's not
not
getting
gonna
on
get there.
Valerie
Yeah.
Mraz's desk
No.
at all.
At all.
No.
Is it going in the garbage?
Well, no.
It's a special place to
Save
be.
your
Yes,
stamp.
it's special,
Save your
yes.
stamp.
Yes. Yes.
No.
Yes.
You just and once again, part of doing your homework as a producer and filmmaker is understanding, each network. So if you were to even just understand the difference between executives who do development and executives who do acquisitions.
Right.
So acquisitions executives, they license product that's already complete. So you wouldn't send me something. You don't send me a script.
Right.
I'm not
Right,
going to
right.
read a script.
Right.
So that goes to my counterpart on the West Coast. Our development department happens to be in LA, but our acquisitions department is in Atlanta. So you have to, and I think that you find out a lot of these things too by networking. I mean, the name of the game in this business is to know as many people as possible
Right.
at as
This is
many
crazy.
levels
This
as
is good.
possible,
Right.
as many companies as possible. So there is the hustle really never stops.
This is such a
Just
hustle.
to be
True.
But
honest.
when we go out to, because Atlanta is known for networking.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm going to this event. I'm going to this event.
Right.
Yeah.
Are people like you at these events? Or are you at home with your husband?
She-
You're at home with your husband who's trying
Yes.
to touch you.
That's funny. Okay, so I wish I was at more events. I wish I was at more events, but a couple times a year we come out to the Bronze Lens Film Festival, and then that's where the opportunity happens. Or every year I attend American Black Film Festival in Miami,
Right.
and
My first film went to the ABFF.
yeah, I mean, listen, that is an organization that I've been on the advisory board for, God, I don't know, 10 plus years.
Wow.
And I've
She
seen,
sent you Black Korea.
so I have seen people, like Will Packer was calling the head of the festival. I think he called the head of the festival for every day for I don't know how long, if it was like 6 months or a year, but anyway, it's a true story to get his film, his first, and I don't know if it was Trois, I don't know, because
Yes,
to get it into the festival. And so he is just one of many. There's a long list, and I don't have it memorized, but there's a long list of filmmakers who were validated by that festival. And
Ryan
so,
Coogler.
Ryan
Look at him.
Coogler, absolutely. In a
So
way,
many.
right, in a way that maybe Sundance, it's going to be harder to get into Sundance.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Tell us about
Yeah.
Sundance. You used to go
Yeah.
to Sundance
I
every
did,
year.
yes.
Yeah.
And so Sundance Film Festival, it's a magical experience.
Magical experience.
It is a magical
So we should all
experience.
go.
Yes.
Yes,
They have
I
Black
think
House, right?
they have Black House, which is run by one of my best friends, Carol Shine, who we went to USC together. She was in the directing program, and I was in the producing program. So she's one of the founders of that organization, and so they exist there also to create a place in what can be a very kind of non-diverse setting for folks of color and filmmakers of color to come together and exchange thoughts, ideas about projects and whatever, and just feel comfortable in a place that you can feel at home.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but the festival
amazing.
overall is
And you went
is
there
great.
to actually look at content.
Yes, so in 2000 I joined Showtime, and we would go to the festival and buy content out of the festival. Now, generally, we would wait because filmmakers are waiting for the biggest money that they can get, right? And
Right.
so the folks who are going to be buying the films at the outset are the ones, Miramax, the Weinstein Company. They were these very, well-known independent distribution companies, and they would buy films out of the festivals, and then the studios started to get into the game, and now you have Amazon going to buy.
Right.
I think they bought Manchester by the Sea. So it's changed. It's much more, I would say corporate over the years, and also once again the OTT players. Netflix is buying out of the festival, and that when I started going in 2000, it was a different festival, but still such a great place to get an opportunity to show a film if you can.
And you buying shorts as well?
So right now in this role I don't, but I used to when I first started.
So you can't help us.
She can help
Give
us.
you a
I'm just
phone
kidding.
number
Right,
I'm just
right.
kidding.
Somebody.
She can give us a phone
Right, I can
number.
give you a
No,
phone
you're
number for
amazing.
somebody to call.
Right.
Yes, I can give you a phone number. So, but
I'm a comedian like it.
You
but
are.
it's interesting because shorts, used to be, and I'm sure they are. So I don't want to say too much because I have been out of that world for a long time. But
Right.
shorts are like a calling card for the longer film.
Yeah.
And so some people use that opportunity to say. Film a scene in a feature that they would like to make, and it just gives agents and other producers and executives an idea of your cinematic talent and point of view.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
That's what we want. We want them to see we can make something
Yes.
with a little bit of money.
Right,
Yes.
right.
We can make something that look like this. So give us a little bit more money.
Right,
Right.
right.
And imagine.
Right.
But what I would also say, fundraising, learning how to fundraise, this crowdfunding, all of that is so important. So, in another life, in the future, if I ever have to make movies, I will focus on
like
learning
he's
how
doing it.
to,
I mean,
you have to
we'll
learn
be
how to
over.
raise money.
Yeah.
It's crucial. Because then, once again, I echo your sentiments, which is go do it. You
Right.
cannot wait for the studios to green light you, for somebody else to say yes to your dream, to your idea. Don't do that.
Right.
Time will
Wow.
pass you by.
Let's talk about production companies. Do you, because we always in the independent world hear that you have to have like an established production company to
Right.
create, that you kind of like go through, they're the third party. And then the studio will be like, okay, I've done work with this production company, so I trust them, da 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 da.
And that is a real thing because you have people like myself, sitting in seats generally on the West Coast where they're reading a lot of material. They read at night and they read all day Sunday. And so they have this much life. And what you're asking them to do is trust someone that they know nothing about, and there's no they have to find shortcuts to getting things made, right? So every executive is in their seat. They have a 2-year contract. They've got to get things made. They've got to get things greenlit. And so
Wait, you said the executive has a 2-year contract?
yes, so I'm
they're
saying
under pressure.
They're under pressure.
Sure.
They might, and that's just, I say that in general. Maybe they have a 3-year
Yeah.
contract, but generally executives making these types of decisions, buying movies in development, they have a time frame in which they're judged. What did you bring in, right? So are they going to
successful
take the
was
call
it?
from the top agencies who have top talent attached to the project? Are they going to read that one first? Of course they are, because
So
that's
they'll
how
take a
they're
call from Ari Gold
That's
before they
right.
do a call
That's
from
right.
me.
That's right. That's right.
Because how much life they have?
Basically how
That's right.
it
Pardon?
is.
How much life do they have? You said
This much life.
This
Yes.
much. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yes,
This much.
because they are working so hard. I mean, this,
This
Yeah.
kind of feels discouraging,
I
though,
know.
right? No. You're an independent filmmaker. You have a web series we're going to talk about in a second.
Right.
How do you feel? Do you feel like
I feel very similar to how you feel. There's so many chains of command, and outside of the gatekeeper, there's still a large amount of assistant execs, and that you have to go through just to get to the exec. And it does feel like sometimes you're putting in all this work, especially even going to festivals. They're really expensive.
Yep.
And when you go, you see that there's like thousands of people doing the exact same thing.
and
you're
not
trying
only
to do,
thousands of
you know?
people, like regular folks, there's like celebrity folks doing the same thing.
Yeah.
They're going to get a look before I'm going to get a look because
But look, we have YouTube and everything that is
Yes.
so like you.
So many outlets.
It's so much better than
It's
better than it used to be.
So
better
many
than it used to be
Yeah.
because then you can, if you show a demand for
Right.
your project and your thing, then
So are you guys looking at social media?
Yes. Now, so what I will say is that there are people who are at the development companies, production companies, generally the junior agents, junior agents and junior development executives and assistants who are on desks, and they are combing through the internet for talent, right? Because that's how they're going to get promoted,
Right.
Right. So that's why it's important,
Yeah.
they're looking
to.
for talent.
Yeah, and
Content.
even if content, and even
Or
content,
both.
web series, depending on, so for example, someone who works for someone who represents directors, they're going to be looking for finished featurettes or shorts that are online, that are posted. What's getting the most views? They're trying to track, they're trying to find, what was it, who discovered Justin Bieber?
Usher.
And I found him off YouTube or whatever,
Yeah.
right?
Right,
I mean,
right.
so
And look at Issa Rae.
Exactly,
Issa Rae,
exactly. So that is still going on, and what I would say is, once again, take a trip to LA. Try to, and Atlanta's a great city to be in, but it's really about networking, because even if you meet the assistant of someone and you get cool with them, and they like your project, they have a vested interest in showing it to their boss because they want to look good.
Sure.
Right.
Sure. Let's talk about, because another thing we do here at Industry School, we give people, there's a lot of actors and creatives, all that, but we want to show them there's other things you can do.
Yes.
There's other jobs. out
Yes,
there.
there's other jobs.
So
yes.
the assistant development job and those kinds of jobs.
Yes.
Those are real jobs.
Yes,
that
yes,
It's really,
yes.
They pay good money.
So no. But
It's
you
just
you
like
don't
a starving
care.
artist.
Yeah, you don't care in the beginning. You take the job because it's a foot in the door.
Sure.
Right.
Sure.
So I still remember my first job. At Fox, and I worked in exhibitor services. That was in 1995. I remember what I made, and I just wanted to get. I was walking onto a studio lot, and that I felt like I had won.
Win.
Right,
Right.
And then you go from there, and you meet every assistant that you can.
Okay.
And then that's how you have, so I have friends who now are SVP, in development at different companies. People someone who developed the Warner Brothers horror movie.
Sure.
So now my friends are in positions where they're actually making movies at these, studios.
You went to college with Ava.
Yes, I
didn't
did.
you?
Yes, and so we were talking about documentaries. Her
Yeah.
new documentary. So Ava and I went to UCLA together. So I've known her since she was 18, and she was a great, very focused woman in college, and was always very political even back then. She was like no nonsense. She was not like a party girl, but everybody loved her, and she made a film. She started her own production, a publicity company first. Okay,
Wow.
so she was
Yes,
she
PR.
worked for Paramount. She was a publicist, and then she started her own firm. And through her relationships with filmmakers, she was able to transition without going to film school, but after just being on set and watching people direct,
Right.
to directing with the help. She had some amazing mentors like Reggie and Gina Bythewood were amazing mentors for her. And so she made a documentary, and I happened to be at Showtime at the time and buying documentaries, and I bought her first.
Wow.
I think for her first televised documentary, This
Yeah.
Is the Life.
Great thing.
Yeah, yeah.
And wait.
That's
Was
how
it
she got promoted.
Was it because that was your college buddy?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I love that.
Yes.
Right.
real life.
That's real.
I had the license to do it, and I just,
I'm not mad at that at all.
And it was a fascinating documentary about her and her friends who were doing spoken word and rap out of this small diner at night in Inglewood, and it was part of those people were very instrumental, went on to be instrumental in the music industry. So it was a really interesting.
This network thing
interesting
is real.
It's
Yes.
real.
Yeah,
Yes.
you can't be shy in this business.
No,
can't.
no, you cannot. You
No.
cannot.
You
no.
gotta talk,
Or
gotta
if
be
you
nice.
are, you need to partner yourself
Right.
With
with the
someone.
person
With
who
a big
is
mouth,
willing to
right?
go
Yeah.
out. Right. Yes, yes. You partner yourself with the person who wants to go out all the
He
time.
said with a big
Yeah.
mouth.
Yes.
And on that note,
Yes.
That's
you have
hilarious.
been amazing.
You
Thank
have.
you.
So
Thank
I'm
you.
going to save your number.
Okay.
Yes.
No,
I'm
your
gonna
number's
ask
already
for it.
saved.
I'm gonna ask for it.
No, but I'm sure you're on social media, but you're not even
Yes.
really on social media because people will be in your DMs. Have you checked your DMs lately? They will
No,
be
I
like,
mean,
questions.
It's private.
people don't really know
don't
me
understand.
unless I go to a film festival like you,
True.
you know.
Right,
So
right.
it's
You like to stay
executives
where you
are a
are.
little bit undercover, you know. So
You know, those
and
are
it's,
the ones that you need to
and
know.
it's hard to it's hard
Truth.
to get to them. So really at the festivals is where you're going to meet people who are speaking on panels. That's when you go up and speak to people after they've been on a panel. Yeah.
That's true. That's what's
Great
up.
gems, though.
Yeah.
Yes.
Great gems, great
Yes.
gems, and I'll have questions later.
All right.
Just between me and you.
All right.
But thank
All
you
right.
for
It was
coming,
such a
Valerie.
pleasure.
I know you have
Thank you
this
so much.
huge call.
No,
Yes.
In a
but
little
a fun
bit.
call. I don't know how many minutes, but a fun call.
6 minutes.
So do we wrap or do I leave? Do I
No.
make
I would
mine?
love for you to stay
Okay,
because
okay.
we're gonna take, guys. We have more show for you. Don't
Yes.
go. But I would love for you to stay if you can.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
We'll be right back. Don't move. And don't harass Valerie on social media.
Don't harass her. Don't DM her.
And you're clear.
Guys, welcome back. Welcome
Welcome
back.
back.
I told you we had more show for you. We have Jenny Renee.
Hey.
Woo! Jenny, you have been on the show before.
Yes.
Like one of our very first shows, like the second or third show.
Yes.
Crazy,
Wow.
right? We've
Yeah.
been like 3 locations since then.
You've evolved so much, and I'm so
It's
proud
a different
of you.
show, right? It's a
Yes.
different show right
But
now.
you've just taken it to another level, and you like, I see you everywhere. Like I see you everywhere, and every time
I'm
she's
a little
somewhere,
bug.
she pops up with a new guest, and so I'm just really proud of the work that you
Thank
put
you.
in. Yeah.
It's for you. I said you are Industry Scoop. This is for
Thank
you.
you.
So you're an actress.
Yes. Actress
And recently
producer.
producer.
Yes. Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And we tell them every single week, just do it, do it, do it. And you're not just doing it, you're doing it big.
Yeah.
So tell us about your project.
Okay, so my latest project is Wade's World, the series. It's a new series.
Wait, Wade?
Jeez.
Wade, W-A-D-E, Wade's World.
So that's a person?
Well, it's a character.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's a person.
okay.
And Tegan Rose is the creator of the show. I
Sweet.
produced it along with Brittany. She's also another producer, and we shot it in LA.
Oh, you shot it in LA?
Yes, we shot it in LA.
What?
Yeah.
What was
that
that like?
expensive?
It was expensive. It was
That's why you was like, we spent all this money, girl.
Well, the second season, I was in
Wait,
Atlanta.
this is your
This
second
is our
season?
second season.
Season?
Yeah,
Okay.
our second season. I was in Atlanta, so I was flying back and forth because I act in it as well. I played one of the leads. Tegan Rose, who's the creator, is also the lead. He plays Wade.
Okay.
And
Okay.
I play his best friend, Letitia.
Oh, okay. So it's about him.
Yeah,
Wade.
it's about him. And he's actually a celebrity trainer in real life who's also an actor. And so the show is based off of his real life, how he's this celebrity trainer and trying to put his foot and stamp in LA. But then he kind of comes across like relationship issues and some things that haunt him from the past.
This sounds
LA.
like
And
awkward black girl for the guy.
it's so funny because he is very awkward. Like, and you see
That's what
that
it's
in
giving
the
me, right?
dynamics of his relationships. And so my character Letitia plays his best friend and supports him in everything that he does from when he was, eating ramen noodles at the house until he,
So he's
got his first
successful
celebrity
now?
client. Well, in the show, because I don't want to give it away,
Okay.
but
Right.
it kind of steers more about his personal life is what is currently highlighting. But
Dating.
yeah, dating. But he does own a personal training company. He has a couple of partners.
Do we see any celebrities in the web series?
Interesting. When we first started this series, we all were kind of like up and coming actors. Now everybody's on TV, like everybody. So it's
Y'all are the celebrities.
Yeah, I mean, we have one of our cast members have booked Issa Rae's show.
Nice.
I booked some work. Tegan
You
has
have.
booked work.
I'm proud of
they're
you.
like, thank you.
Yes,
They're
yes.
in like Lexus commercials,
Yes,
and I mean,
yes.
Yes.
it's really great to see how you started out with someone, kind of like you talked about grassroots, and then eventually you evolve, and everybody is just becoming
ones who stuck to
successful.
it.
Yeah, the
Yes.
ones who stuck to it.
Right.
So
You said that earlier. You can't give up.
yeah, you can't give
The
up.
thing about it is, it's a numbers game. You're gonna win. If you
stay in
don't
there.
give
You gotta keep
up,
playing.
you're gonna win. It might be 45 years later.
It's funny you said that because I remember when years ago I had first met Tasha Smith, and it was like at a Paula White conference. I don't know if you know Paula.
Yes.
She's
Yes.
amazing.
Pastor.
Yeah, she's so amazing. And so I met her at Paula White's conference, and I'm spiritual, so I just remember like God telling me like you're gonna come across her path again, and I didn't know to what extent or how it would happen. And at this time I wasn't even acting. I just kind of had a desire to be in the film industry. Fast forward, she came to Atlanta. I took one of her first TSAW workshops that was in Atlanta.
Right.
And fast forward now, she was at our screening. She came to
Wow.
support. And so it's just amazing how it
that's
started
amazing.
out.
Yes.
Yeah, it started out as me just meeting someone who inspired me, and I knew some kind of way I was gonna be connected to her.
Right.
To fast forward, now I'm producing something, and she's coming out to support. She also trains Tegan. She's his acting coach.
Won't he
So
do
it was just so amazing to see that connection.
For sure.
And like you say, when you just stick to it, what will happen? You know.
Absolutely. So tell us about the producing process.
So it was, I honestly, it came second nature. I have a background in marketing, and so I used to be a marketing director, and a lot of it is putting the pieces together and just getting it done. You know,
Getting it done.
And coming from Detroit, I have that hustle. So
Okay.
it was like, I don't take no for an answer.
Right.
You know, so as far as like locations, Brittany did a lot of that. And organizing the cast, but like for example, we had this one scene where we did it at a boutique, and I was like, we need wardrobe. And so I asked the lady like, hey, can we wear your clothes, and because I was like, it'll help with the production value, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, she has all these beautiful clothes, and we're in this boutique setting. Why not do some business marketing, and plug her, plug her in, and it helps. She was like, oh, absolutely. So me and the cast members, we got dressed, and it just took the scene to like another level. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And same thing, like finding certain locations and just asking, hey, can we use this? It just
You just gotta ask.
Yeah, you just have.
You're
You
so
have to
nervous
ask.
sometimes.
You are,
just
yeah.
ask. And you probably get what you want.
Or just making sure everything is multi-purpose. I always say,
Right.
Right.
True.
Some things.
Right. And make
That's
it all
that's very
flow
true.
You
together.
gotta be creative as an
Yeah.
independent filmmaker too.
Absolutely.
Yes.
'Cause you gotta know how to.
So what was some of the hurdles? Like what's the grit? Like what's the stuff you're leaving out? Like the hard stuff.
The no sleep.
There we go. There we
The
go.
no sleep. But
True.
I think that the biggest hurdle is finding the target market. Because a lot of people look at producers just from the post standpoint, but then there's the whole aftermath of, okay, once the project is done, what do we take it? What do we do? To me, that's where you lie in the biggest hurdles, because you spend so much time and money trying to find your target market, reach out to your target market, go to different festivals and try to connect and plug with the right people. And so we spent a lot of hours brainstorming, and we did trial and error, things that didn't work from season 1. What can we do for season 2?
So you made a lot of changes this time
we
around?
made a lot of
Shooting
changes.
LA, was that something that you decided
Well,
specifically?
we shot in LA from the first season because
you
all
did?
of us lived in LA at the time.
okay.
Yeah, so
y'all
we
moved
started
back.
out. Yeah, we started out in LA, but we had a new DP. He actually did like Latoya Luckett's music video, and he does this web series called The Giants, and they actually I think got nominated for like Emmy or something like that for web series. Yeah, yeah.
Whoa,
So
nice. I love that.
So just trying to connect with
So where is it
talented
now?
people.
Where's your web series now? Is it on YouTube?
Yes, it's on YouTube.
Okay.
It's on YouTube. So you can, YouTube Wade's World, the series. We're hosted by 2K Life TV. So we are privately on their network right now.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Because they have their own
Yeah, they have their built-in audience.
Yeah.
And so when we connected with them, it was really great because a lot of their audience is
your
kind of our
target
target market.
It's
Your
kind
target
of like
market, so that
you on
works.
IBNX, right?
Right.
You have your
We have our
Right.
own niche, our
So-
own
so
target
like,
market, but that helps us.
Yeah.
Like I know for a fact that whatever women related, I need to talk about. 'Cause,
Yeah.
85% of my audience is women.
Right.
That helps.
Yes.
So when you do this film, it's really important.
Yeah, because a lot
know
of
who you're
times.
talking
You
to.
know.
Yeah, a lot of times you hear people say, "Oh, my work is for everyone," but it's not. It really isn't, and you will waste a lot of time thinking that your work is for everybody.
It's for your
It's
grandbaby or your grandma.
They're like it's
Right.
between the ages of 18 and 56. It's like not exactly.
That's a big.
No, that's the difference.
Right? Is that not true though?
Right,
Like,
it's true.
So I just want to
Because they
enlighten
don't
people.
want to miss anybody. But realistically,
True.
if you just.
If you
probably
hone
get better
in,
results.
You make
do.
money.
Yeah, and then they become
about
loyal
that?
followers. So when you do finally make your first big project or
Yes.
you get on a network, that's why ISSA has such a grassroots following because they're loyal.
Yeah.
And she doesn't go outside of her target market.
True.
So tell everybody where they can watch it again.
So you can go to www.Wade's World the series or
Wade's World, the series.
Wade's World the series.
Serious.
No
Or-
apostrophe in Wade's?
No.
I'm just messing.
or you can go on YouTube and check it out and just type in Wade's World Season 2.
Sweet. Awesome. So
Awesome.
this portion of the show, we like to find like a movie or a TV show that's related to what we're talking about.
Okay.
And because we have such amazing women,
We do.
I want to find a movie. I want you to tell me a movie or a TV show that has a lead woman, like a boss lady, like one of your favorite movies or favorite TV shows that the lead was a boss woman.
What's the movie with Julia Roberts when she was a paralegal? With
Philadelphia?
Oh, not Pelican Brief.
Not
The other
Pelican
one.
Brief. And it was based on a real story.
Yes.
Oh, Aaron Brockovich.
Yes,
Aaron
Yeah.
I love that movie.
I love that
That's
movie
real
too.
life because
Yeah.
she just
Yeah.
and she was an
Yes.
attorney.
Yes.
Right?
She wasn't.
No, I'm saying.
Yeah, she was like an
went and did
assistant
the-
or something, but she
yeah,
did
it.
She did the work.
She
and
sure
got
did.
it done.
She sure did. That was a good one.
Devil Wears Prada.
I love that movie.
That is my movie, and
I
she
love
is
that
a
movie.
boss.
Wait. Who did you like? The boss or the girl?
I mean, I like
Yeah,
the girl, but
both.
the boss.
Yeah,
was,
both.
yeah.
The boss was a witch doctor. Who? If you have a
Meryl
boss
Streep.
like that,
But,
Meryl Streep.
Yeah,
Oh
but-
yeah.
But she
you
was
gotta
trying to
be
teach
some of
her.
that, but you still
Yeah.
gotta be some of that, especially
True.
back then.
Yeah.
Right?
Are you a mean boss, Valerie?
No, I don't think so. I'm told because I ended up hiring one of my neighbor's best friends and was told that she said that she likes her job and she's happy to have me as a boss. So that's my
yes.
current assistant.
Right.
My current
That's
assistant likes me.
that's favor.
That's favor. That's
Valerie is
favor.
all favor.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
favor.
Love the favor.
I know,
right?
I'm about to go relocate. I'm across the street.
Hey, Valerie.
Across the street. I'm right here.
Sugar.
Right. You need to cut your grass. I'm just.
Let's think of another movie. Can you think of a movie with a boss woman?
Out of sight. Remember way back, Jennifer Lopez. Out of sight.
Yeah, out of sight.
Yes.
Okay.
Out of sight.
Yeah.
Wasn't that fight movie where she like was fighting?
No,
No,
that
was
no,
another-
that was a different one.
Okay.
That's enough.
But this
Enough,
Is,
yeah,
This
that's
is
what I'm
aging me.
thinking.
This is aging me. But out of sight, Steven Soderbergh, and then
Yeah,
it was
that
like,
was good.
was it
That was
George
good.
Clooney? Was it that movie? Was it?
Well, you
I
know,
can't remember.
Can't remember.
This might sound strange, but Set It Off.
Set it off.
Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were some bosses.
They were bosses.
Yeah.
They were gangsters.
And it was
They
nice
were.
to see women of color playing roles like that.
For sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, mine is I always love this movie. Wanted.
That's a
That
good
was
movie.
good.
Angela Jolie.
Angela Jolie.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
She was bald.
Right.
Yeah.
She was.
Well, she
Right.
just got the boss.
She do.
Yeah,
She
she
got that
does.
swag.
All
Right.
badass.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Okay, so I have a question.
Okay.
What do you think? What quality do you think those women have that make them a boss or like shine in their
For
work?
Angela Jolie, it's confidence.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was gonna say that
She
with
just
all
knows
of them
she's
though.
straight up the shit.
Because let's be honest, in this business, you have to move like a boss,
You do.
right?
Yeah.
True.
And you have to
true.
own what it is that you have to offer.
Yeah.
And you have to sell yourself and get people to
Or else
believe.
nobody won't, they won't
Yeah.
believe or anything. Yeah, it's true.
So what's the turnoff? Because I know you probably meet a lot of people who say, "Hey, I do this, I do this, I do this," and
We
then
definitely meet them.
Oh yeah.
I do this, and then you be like, "I'm not working with that person." Just in that matter of like 10
They're all
seconds
over the
of
place,
meeting,
then
you know.
you can't trust it either.
What's-
Well, I'm going to go back to what I said before, which was homework.
Yeah.
I can talk to somebody for 10 or 15 minutes and really get a sense of
Yeah.
how much passion
You're right.
they have and how
Right.
much commitment they
Right.
have.
Be
to
like,
their
you're not
craft.
ready.
You're
You're not
being
ready.
lazy.
You're
You're
not
being
ready.
lazy. 'Cause
Yeah.
now you're just trying to pick my brain. Shouldn't you know some of this stuff?
True.
Right,
True.
right.
True.
True.
Google.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
You're right.
True.
You're
What
right.
about you again? Yeah, because you meet a lot of people. Like,
What's what?
what's like your biggest
What's the
turn
turn
off?
off?
I
Yeah.
think it's that what she
Big-
said.
I think it's what Valerie said because
we have so many actors coming in
Oh.
and they say basic stuff, but
basic stuff like you're supposed to know,
it's
like,
on our website. You
right.
didn't ask, you
Do
did.
show me that you wanted more than me
Yeah.
because I'll work hard for you.
Absolutely.
If you work hard for yourself, I'll work hard for you.
Absolutely.
All right.
So, and I know a lot of people. I know Valerie Mraz right here. I know some people. I can help you.
I can pick the
This was
phone
an
up.
amazing show. Thank you,
Thank
Jenny,
you
for
so
coming.
much. Thank you
Thank
so
you for
much.
having me.
Oh my goodness, show 92.
92.
Thank you,
92.
Valerie. Thank you, Valerie. I appreciate
Thank you,
you.
Valerie, so much.
Guys, we have 8 more shows to 100.
8 more.
Oh my God.
Eight more.
Oh my God.
do
Well,
this
you
every
got
week.
200 shows. I don't know.
203. Let
I
me
think
tell
I'm
you.
done after
Congratulations
100.
on that.
2 a month,
I do one every Monday.
Yeah, every Monday, every week.
but for 4
Monday.
years.
For 4.5, almost 5.
Yeah.
Oh,
He
wow.
got a radio show. He got a radio
Radio
show.
show, radio show.
Oh, she's trying to do
Well,
math.
we got to
Yeah.
support your
I
show.
hate that when people do that.
You got right, but how do you do 200? That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
I'm saying
Right.
you just kicked up how often you do it. You didn't do it as often.
Well, we have breaks. So like so we
that's
do.
what
It's
she-
probably
It's a break.
season.
It- well,
No, I have a show on
No,
Thanksgiving.
she have it on
Well,
Thanksgiving.
Yes.
And guess who's spending Thanksgiving with her this year?
you.
Guess who's
Yeah.
having industry scoop in her living room?
You.
Yeah, we travel.
But
Yeah, wouldn't it? That's what I say.
Multi-purpose. That's what I'm saying.
True.
She worked
Probably
it
if you want us to come to
True.
you, we can come to you. We
Yes.
can come
We'll
to
bring you a
Turner.
In your living
We'll
room.
bring it.
Yes.
Isn't this an amazing show?
I'm
It
in Jamaica,
is.
so on Thanksgiving.
I did a show in Jamaica.
I'll come to Jamaica.
Jamaica.
I'll come to Jamaica. No, I'm just
She did
kidding.
her bronzeness too, though.
Mhm.
That was fun.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Well, have fun in
Absolutely.
Jamaica. That's my
I love
country.
destination holidays.
Yes.
They're
Yeah.
the best.
It's a well-deserved holiday.
My first
Yes.
time there, so I'm
Oh, where you going? Montego
Love
Bay?
it.
Montego Bay.
We're from Jamaica.
Yes.
I
Yeah,
didn't
both of
know.
them.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
This is
Okay.
my husband.
Oh,
Eat the food.
Yeah, I wanted to say, be on the
Better
lookout
go and eat the
because
food.
I just produced this
Yes,
film
we're gonna love it.
with Brianna called Harlem, and we're getting ready. Yeah.
Me and
So
my-
be on the
Oh, you should tell us
lookout.
about that. But we're still
What
on
are you
air.
doing?
Yeah.
What are you
We're
doing?
still on air.
Okay.
Harlem.
Okay. So
Wait, she has one more show that she just
Yeah,
produced,
I
a
just
movie.
I
It's a short film. We're still on.
just wrapped on a short film
A
called
short film.
Yeah, I just wrapped on a short film called Harlem.
Harlem.
I produced it. Brianna Starks was the creator of the show of the film, and
Right.
so we're getting ready to launch it, and it's going to a lot of different festivals. So
You're gonna be in them festivals.
2019
Working.
is
That
coming
name
out.
alone,
Working.
that's dope. I want to
Yeah.
see it. Harlem?
Yeah, it's dope.
Oh, it's called Harlem?
Did you
It's called
shoot in New
Harlem.
York?
No, Harlem is the name of the character.
Oh.
But yeah,
That's a cute name.
I love the name.
Yes.
It is about a relationship between a broken relationship between a father and a daughter, and so
Okay.
I feel like a lot of women will be able to connect and relate to this
Okay.
piece.
I believe
So
All right.
Guys, I'll see you next week.
All right.
Show
Bye
93.
again.
Bye. No, for real, it's out. We're
real.
out.
Really
For
good.
real.
Don't call us
We
back.
out.
We're not coming back.
Call us.
We're out for real. All right?